Hi. Hello, Curdy Rye. Welcome, welcome. We're just going to wait a couple of minutes here, let some more people hop on, and then we will start. I was a few minutes late getting on myself. Hi, hello. Hi, Leanne. Hi, Lakeisha. Hi, Kim. Hi, Sue. Hi, Leanne. Hi, Petite Gal. Hello, hello. Hi, Polly. Hi, Alice in Wonderland. Hi, Sunshine. Hi, Brian. All right, guys, we're just going to give it just a minute or two. Let everybody kind of show up. I'll burn some Palo Santo here, get some good juju going. And we'll answer questions. All righty. Anybody have any deck preferences? Any decks I use that you want me to use for the one card pulls? Hello, hello. I think the comments kind of lag here. All right, I guess I'll just use this one here. Welcome. All right, we got some people on here. I think I'm going to go ahead and get started. If you're new here, welcome. The way that this is going to work is I'm going to do one question per person so I can try to hopefully get to everyone. After I answer your question, after I pull a card for you, please delete your comment. That helps me a lot, go through the comments. One question per person. I don't do health readings and I don't do court case readings. Other than that, it's pretty open. I don't do any like psychic spying. I don't like spying on people because of the energy that I work with. But I'm pretty open to the kinds of questions you want to ask. If you send me a super chat, I want to clarify something. You do not have to send a super chat for me to answer your question, although I greatly do appreciate the super chats. You don't have to send one to get a card pulled for you. But if you do send a super chat, pretty please type your question in with the super chat. And if we can do this, then hopefully I can get to everyone and we can have a smooth little reading here. Petite Gal, why did I think you were in Florida? Hey, Kieran! Hey, Kieran! How are you, my friend? All right, let's see. Hi, Annette. Hi, Larice. Is it? I think it's Is it Larice or Larice? Let's see here. Hey, Melody. Oh, Leanne, I'm glad you caught me too, my dear. Hi, son. Oh, thank you, Ang. Or is it Ange? Oh my gosh, Patika, I'm so sorry. Hi, Melody. Oh, Rider-Waite. Okay, oh gosh, I do have a Rider-Waite deck. Nobody else answered, so we're gonna go with your recommendation here. Good old classic Rider-Waite. Oh, that just died. Oh, other way. All right, my dears. I also have a pendulum here, so if you really had your heart set On a pendulum reading, let me know in your question if you want me to use the pendulum. If you want me to use the pendulum to answer your question, it has to be a yes or no question. Okay, we're gonna jump right on in here and get going. Okay, I don't have the Spellcaster's Tarot. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try to find the first the first question I saw was Petite Gal. You were asking about your mom passing. I'm gonna pull a card for you for a message. First and foremost, my condolences, honey, and I'm gonna definitely be keeping you in my prayers that you process and heal from the loss. And I just want to clarify something to people. I'm no longer doing mediumship, so I don't like conjure up the dead. I don't ask dead spirits to come forward, but what I do is I ask for spirit to kind of be the gatekeeper and relay messages for me. So I use a barrier here. And that's a long thing I won't get into here because I want to answer people's questions, but I just want to let anybody know I will do card readings around somebody who has passed, but I'm not going to ask for the dead to come forward. I'm not going to speak directly to the dead. I have my angels and my guides channel or relay, I should say relay the message for me, not channel the message, but relay the message for me. So Petite Gal, I'm sorry, my darling, but we're gonna pull a card here with a message for you. What I am feeling in the energy, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, I'm not trying to like bring bad news or anything, but I feel a lot of heartache. Like I feel like somebody who passed with a lot of sadness, a lot of regret. And it could be that maybe she was just somebody who was very hard on herself. Sometimes it's not because the person was a a terrible person, but it could just be someone who was very hard on themselves. So I feel like one of the kindest things that you can do for her spirit, if there's anything in which you feel um she wasn't sorry for, I would say she was. And she may have just kind of felt like she didn't get a chance to straighten those things out. But I guess forgiveness, working on forgiveness, if there's anything that you need to release her from, or anything like to just kind of reassure her that, hey, mom, like it's okay. You did a good job. I don't have anger towards you. I don't have resentment towards you. But I just feel there's a tremendous sadness. So I feel like in her passing, in her processing, crossing over to spirit, she really kind of had some self awareness that hit her in those final moments that maybe she didn't have when she was alive. And that's the most difficult part, I think, of the spiritual journey is when we start to become self aware and we start to realize, oh my gosh, I'm not perfect. Oh my gosh, I have hurt some people. And that can be really hard to process. And that's what I feel like she's processing right now. But I do want to pull a card. Oh, we have Nine of Wands. So if you're asking where she is in terms of crossing over, I would say she still kind of has one foot here. I think there's some sadness, as I said. I don't feel like she's going to be what's sometimes referred to as an earthbound spirit. So I don't feel like she's going to be stuck here. But I feel like she's still processing crossing over to the other side because there's things that she's beating herself up about. There's things that she's realizing that is a little difficult for her right now. And so, like I said, if there's anything that you can think of that, oh yeah, like I would really have appreciated if she had apologized to me about that. Well, please do know that she does realize and she is sorry. So maybe that's something that you can kind of help with processing or releasing. I'm also getting the message. What's being relayed to me is I'm so sorry. I didn't know it was that bad. Kids say things. Kids say things to get attention. I didn't know it was that bad. So there could be something in your childhood that maybe she was dismissive of, or you feel like she chose someone else's side, or you feel like uh she just did not take care of a situation that was difficult for you. um it's something that she genuinely didn't realize, and so that is a message that's coming through. I hope that's helpful, my dear. um Let me go back here to the questions. Mm-mm-mm. Hi, Leanne. I'm good. How are you? Let's see. Questions. Alice in Wonderland, finances. Finances for Alice in Wonderland, please. Ooh, I don't know what is up with my hands lately. I'm like jittery here. Okay. Five of Cups. So something did not go the way that you had hoped. But Five of Cups is saying it's not as bad as you think, and that this is actually going to be an opportunity for something better. But I feel Five of Cups is you're changing direction. So whatever you've been putting your time and energy in for your finances, you're going in another direction. But the thing that you need to keep in mind energetically so that you can open up to this flow and not block yourself, sometimes when the universe redirects us to something else, um we feel a sense of like, oh well, fine, I guess I'll just go do this then, whatever. And so like there's this sadness, there's this disappointment, like I didn't get what I wanted, so whatever, I'll just go do this, I guess. And when we go into something with that energy, it's not gonna blossom, it's not gonna bloom, and it's not gonna allow us to come to something that we enjoy. So the redirection that's coming here for you is your angels and guides are trying to direct you to show you that there's a way for you to have money coming in that you're gonna really enjoy. You know, something that you're gonna really enjoy doing. So there's a redirection coming here. Um, and we have to take it as, okay, I'm being redirected, I'm being shown the path or guided towards the path that is going to bring me happiness, versus feeling like we weren't good enough to cut it in some other area, or we weren't good enough to cut it in a certain environment and we're just like some outcast or we're just some reject. Don't have that mindset. Take this as a redirection. I'm being shown to like what's better for me, and that abundance is possible through that path. Okay. Um, let's see. And after I read your question, please delete it so I'm not doing repeat questions. Let's see. Going back here. So Curdy Rye wants to know what's going to happen for Curdy Rye. Sue, do you have a specific question, or you just want a card? If you guys have a question, let me know. If you just want a card, just say just a card. We have Four of Cups, Curdy. So Four of Cups. Oh, yeah. Let me adjust the sliding here. It's terrible. There we go. Four of Cups, you're in a time right now where you're raising the bar. So the fact that you have Four of Cups coming up gives me a feeling, in a sense, that you have opportunities, but none of these opportunities are really catching your eye. You're feeling a little unimpressed, uninspired, like you have choices, but nothing really sounds good, nothing really looks good. And this might be frustrating for you because you're like, gosh, like when am I going to get something that I want, right? Um, And so the Four of Cups is just letting you know that this is a part of your journey and you're shifting your energy. You're breaking agreements right now. You're making a statement to the universe that you're not accepting like a bare minimum kind of stuff. You're raising the bar, and so you're making a new contract. You're making new contracts, new agreements that I'm not going to tolerate mediocre, or I'm not going to accept mediocre or lackluster. And so you're shifting energetically, you're shifting vibrationally, you're shifting, and you're calling in higher caliber things for you. I feel that the months of May and June are going to be very exciting for you in that you start to really see this shift. You really start to see this upgrade coming in for you. Okay. Um, let's see. Oh, thank you guys, those of you who are liking and commenting. Um, I'm trying to see if Sue answered my question. And if you want me to use the pendulum, let me know. Okay, so Sue just wants a card. All right, so just a card for Sue. Yeah, if you want me to use the pendulum, let me know when you type out your question that you want me to do pendulum. Message for Sue. Four of Wands. Okay, so this can come up in a few different ways. I don't have any context, so I'm not sure like really what is here, the inner question. I'm not going to do like a whole on reading to try to investigate the energy. But Four of Wands comes up in a few different ways for me in readings. The overall nutshell, though, like in a nutshell, is you're going to have a happy home and you're going to have security and you're going to feel rooted. You're going to feel grounded. So that's really great. But Four of Wands also comes up for me sometimes when somebody's breaking out of a cycle of lovers or a cycle of really significant connections with romantic partners that never really kind of transpire into something. I can't even say they don't transpire long term because sometimes these situationship kind of things can go on for years, and that's definitely a long time. But like sometimes there's relationships where two people have a really strong connection. There's a strong past life connection. There could even be a lot of love, a lot of affection for one another, but the relationship never comes into the light of day because it's two people that, though they're very connected in a soul level, in this lifetime they're in different directions, so it never really meets. They never really cross paths in the real world, like in the 3D. Like you don't have mutual friends, you don't have families that can come together, spend time together. It clashes, but yet you two are so connected. And so Four of Wands comes up to say you're breaking out of that cycle and you're going to be in a relationship with someone that you can actually build a life with. You're headed in the same direction, or at least you have the same values and priorities, and you're able to make a home together and have mutual friends. A family that comes together. So there's a sense of togetherness, a sense of community, a sense of abundance. Four of Wands also encourages us to accept invitations to things. So if you're being invited to something, go ahead and accept. But do know that overall, you're coming into a sense of home and a sense of permanence. Alrighty, let's see. Somebody was asking about their love life. I'm trying to find that. I'm trying to find it. Okay, here it is. Please forgive me if I'm not saying your name correctly, sweetheart. I think it's Dikaris. What's coming in love life for Dikaris? King of Swords. If you're dealing with an air sign person, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, this could be that this is someone that's beginning to become more focused here on the relationship, or they're going to be stepping up, they're going to be more present. But overall, even if it's not an air sign person, I do see King of Swords coming up a lot of the times when someone wants to start talking about details with you. So like they're thinking about the future, they're thinking about how this is going to work, what do you want from me, you know, what I want from you, what the expectations are. But the thing you need to keep in mind with this King of Swords kind of approach is this is someone that's going to come into the relationship in a very logical and very practical way. So this kind of personality type, they're not like emotionally driven. You're not going to be able to work things out with them by approaching it from an emotional standpoint. You're going to have to approach this person with like logic. So this isn't someone that's driven by emotions or feelings. I don't know how you feel about that. You might say, you know what, Amethyst, I don't want that. I want more of a King of Cups or a King of Wands than I do a King of Swords. But right now, in the current energy, there's this King of Swords energy where this is someone that's coming in very practical, very logical. I do feel like they're looking at this long term. And this doesn't mean that this is a heartless person, but this is not someone who is moved by emotion. And so that's where the relationship can start having problems if we're trying to, like, you know, pull at this person's heartstrings, or we're trying to, like, you know, get them to sympathize or like to feel a little bit more compassion about something we're going through. They're not that kind of person. They're just not wired that way. It's not like somebody else is going to get a better version of them. That's just how this person is wired. So something for you to keep in mind if you want to move forward with this person, or if you want to tell the universe, no, I don't want that. I want somebody who's coming in, who is a little bit more sympathetic or a little bit emotional. Or you might say, I like that. I like the logical kind of person. But that's a decision you're going to be coming into. Um, let's see. Hi, Lisa. Lakeisha, do you have a question, hon? Melody Crowder. Melanie Crowder. What's coming up for Melanie Crowder? You have the Hierophant, okay? So this can be coming up to give you confirmation that yes, you're going to have like life partner energy in your life, or that your committed relationships are going to stay committed. The Hierophant is a high level of commitment, but the Hierophant also comes up in my readings to say that you're coming into a time that you're going to be having, excuse me, to make some big decisions here, and that it's really important that you make these decisions um based on your beliefs, your ethics, your morals, your priorities, your principles, versus say like your fear, like, oh, I'm so scared to let go, or oh my gosh, what if this happens, or what if this goes wrong. The Hierophant says as long as you're making your decisions based on your values, you're going to have permanence in your life. So you may be coming out of a period of like seasonal people, seasonal experiences where it just feels like nothing is meant to stick, like everything is temporary. Well, we get out of that temporary energy when we start to make our decisions based on our priorities and like what is near and dear to our heart. And then we begin to align with people that, you know, we have a foundation with, that we can build with, and that we can have permanence with. Okay, my dear? All right, we're going to see here the next question. Oh yeah, guys, I am having a sale on the 30-minute readings The video readings are usually 50, they're 25 right now through the 31st. So if you would like to get a sale 30-minute reading, please feel free to do so. Okay, so are Nancy and Jesse going to be together? Are Nancy and Jesse going to be together? We have Ace of Swords. I'm sorry, honey. I'm chuckling here because I have it brought up a personal memory for me with this Ace of Swords card. I would say yes, but prepare for a surprise. That's why I kind of chuckled here. Sometimes when I'm doing a reading, spirit will remind me of a person or a situation to say that's kind of what's happening here. And the Ace of Swords is reminding me of a situation where someone went on a trip with a guy that they were getting to know, that they were seeing, and like the whole trip she was like, okay, he's gonna have the talk with me, we're gonna have the talk, we're gonna have the talk when we get back. And sure enough, when they got back, he was like, you know, I want to have a talk. And so he wanted to move the relationship forward, but there was some things that he opened up about that eventually she kind of thought, I don't want to have that kind of relationship. It wasn't anything about his past. It wasn't anything about like his like he wasn't a bad person or anything, but it just wasn't the level of commitment that she was looking for. It wasn't the kind of relationship she was looking for. And she's like, okay, we don't have the same values. We don't have the same values. We don't have the same goals in life. And so she chose not to be with that person. But had she said yes, she would have been married right now. So the fact that the Ace of Swords is coming up in spirit reminded me of that situation. I feel like the ball is in your court. I feel like Jesse is going to move the relationship forward, but you're going to have to decide if you're willing to take that compromise. There's going to be some kind of compromise here. You know, so there could be something that and it could be something like, oh, I want to relocate and I want to go live in this state, and you might say, I don't want to live in that state. Or it could be, you know, I don't want to have kids, or I want to have kids. It could just be something in which you have different opinions, and you're going to have to decide if you're going to make that exception, or if you're going to you know go along with some kind of uh expectation or plan that Jesse has. Again, it's not like I'm not saying there's skeletons in the closet, but I feel the ball is in your court about where this relationship is going to go. But he may open up to you and tell you some things that you're like, oh, that's really different than what my expectation was. And you're going to have to decide if that's okay for you or not. Oh, looks like we got a super chat from Danny Doom. Will I be able to grow my occult and art business so I can slowly leave my teaching job? Ooh, I've been there working as a teacher, working on my tarot business on the side. It could be exhausting. Kids are exhausting. I love kids. I love kids. But kids can be exhausting, especially for those of us who are empaths or who are very open spiritually. Let's pull a card for Danny Doom. What can Danny know about this? All right, so Eight of Swords is telling us a couple of things. Number one, I heard coven. So you're looking for a coven. You're going to do it without that. You're going to do it without other people. You're going to do it without a quote unquote network. You're doing this solo. Okay? And that's not to say that over time, as you get out there, you're not going to meet people that you can form your own group with or that you can network with. But right now, as you're getting started, this is solo, my dear. This is something you're doing by yourself. Okay? And so I feel like you're going to make some really big progress, and this is coming in intuitively over the next 3 months. I feel like 3 months from now, you're going to be in a position where you can really look at this and say, you know what? I have money coming in. And I'm kind of at this point here where I could leave my teaching job and kind of have some kind of gig or some kind of thing in between, like until things get to the level where I have consistently enough money coming in. I'm managing the money coming in to where this is all I'm going to be able to do. In the beginning, when I fully transitioned into just doing tarot, right before I got onto YouTube, I had clients. I had clients, and so I had money coming in from regulars and referrals. And I just did like DoorDash. I did like the psychic hotlines at night when I needed to log in if I needed to make a little extra money that week. um what else? Yeah, just like little things like that. And then the YouTube started and YouTube picked up, and then I was able to transition. I'm not saying this to talk about myself, but I'm just saying this like to kind of give you an idea of the kind of transition I see for you. I feel 3 months from now you're going to be at that point where you're able to say, okay, I can quit teaching and I can just focus on my business. And in the meantime, I can just do little gig things here and there on my own schedule, on my own time, if I need to bring in a little extra money. And so, yes, I do see you transitioning, but the Eight of Swords is telling me you're doing it by yourself. I also feel that there may be people around you who are like energetically binding you or discouraging you or putting doubt in your mind. And so, there could be people who are drilling holes in your boat when you're not looking, so to speak. And so, you need to kind of disconnect and cut the cords and focus on you doing this in your way, in your power, in your energy, and then you're going to see it really flourishing. Okay? I hope that was helpful, Danny. Paula, I saw your super chat. Thank you. Do you have a question, my dear? If you're sending, if you, oh, okay, here's Paula. What are my Lemurian gifts that I need to share with humanity? Which goddess is closest to me? Um, Paula, my dear, I'm not sure what Lemurian gifts are, and I don't work with goddess energy, but I'm happy to pull a card for you and let you know which angelic energy I feel closest to you. And I don't know if that might translate for you into a particular goddess, but let's see. You have 10 of Swords, okay? So I feel Archangel Michael is coming in very strong for you right now in a sense of, I feel Michael and Raphael. Michael is coming in to protect you from the phrase that I'm getting is wolves in sheep's clothing. There are some wolves in sheep's clothing that you're being protected from. And they seem very good. They seem like beings of light, but they are not. And so there's a divine intervention in which you're being protected. Raphael is helping you break out of like generational curses, long time blockages. Raphael is bringing healing and opening up the heart. I don't know if you have any goddesses that you associate with the heart chakra or matters of the heart, but that is the best way I can answer the question for you is your heart is being protected at this time. Your heart is being opened up and your heart is being protected. And the heart is the center from which we receive, right? That is opening up. So you're coming into a time of receiving, but there's cleaning house that's happening right now. And I feel like your guides and your angels are doing it in as gentle a way as possible because you may have requested this. You may have said no more tower moments. And so I feel like something is being done very delicately, very carefully, very gently, like a very like gentle, intricate little operation here with like the slightest little maneuvers from spirit trying to make this cleaning of house as gentle and as uh, not scary as possible. Okay, I hope that's helpful, but that's what I'm seeing here. Julie Poster Girl. Oh, hi. Where'd it go? Julie Poster Girl, where'd you go? Okay, so you're focusing on a divine masculine, and you want to know if you guys are going to be together eventually. Let's see. This is for Judy. What can we know about Judy's divine masculine? There's something I'm feeling in the energy, my deal, my dear. I feel like this is someone who's a little cynical. And maybe you've not encountered this energy with him yet, but I have to say he feels kind of cynical to me. He feels a little bit like a hard ass. That doesn't mean he's a bad guy. I just think he's had disappointments. He's been hurt, so he's not quick to take things at face value. And he's just really about like giving things time and letting people show themselves or reveal themselves. So he's not someone who gets carried away quickly. He's not someone who he's like, okay, this looks good. Okay, this looks really good, but I've been fooled before. Let me just let that simmer for a little bit and let me see what bubbles to the surface. This is his approach with people. Okay, that's what I feel really strongly in his energy. In terms of the card you have coming up is the Three of Swords. So, like I said, this is someone who has dealt with betrayals. This is someone who has dealt with disappointments, and he is a cynical person. Okay, that's not to say that you all can't be together, but it's not going to be a relationship that's going to move quickly. And so that is something you're going to have to ask yourself. Do I like this guy enough to just kind of linger as friends for like a good 6 to 8 months, and then decide we're gonna be a couple, and then we're gonna be a couple for like 2 years, 2.5 years, and then we're gonna talk about, okay, are we gonna get married? Are we gonna get engaged? Are we gonna live together? Are we gonna do something next level? I feel it's a very long process with this person, and only you can decide, do you like this person enough to where you're okay with that time frame. Sometimes I encounter people, they're in a hurry. They're like, look, I know what I want. I don't want it to take forever. I just want this to happen. I just want to be with my person. It's important to me that I'm living with them, or that we're married, or it's important to me because I want to have kids. I don't want to wait too long. Whatever the reasoning is. Sometimes people have a certain time frame in their mind. And whether or not you end up with this guy depends on your time frame. Do you like him enough to just kind of enjoy him and enjoy that journey? Or are you like, that's way too long? The ball is in your court. But he's a cynical person, my dear. Let's see. Thank you, Kofa, for your super chat. Guys, if you're sending super chats, please, please, please include your question in with the super chat. Otherwise, if you're just sending a super chat to say thank you because I pulled a card, or just because you want to give a donation, just put donation or thank you in the super chat so I know. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the non-super chats here for a second. Because like I said, I don't want people to feel like they have to send me money to pull a card. It is appreciated. YouTube is really cutting back on monetization, and they're making it a lot harder for small YouTubers like me. So I do really appreciate the super chats, because they're really doing a lot of restructuring right now. But we're going to see what's coming up. Next question. We did Curdy's question. We did Sue's. We did Cats. Leanne R. What would Spirit like me to know about my love life? Devil. Hold on. I'm going to ask the pendulum for backup. Calling in some backup here. All right, so that's no. I wanted to know if it was Capricorn. It's not a Capricorn. Okay. You have, and I've been in this situation, my dear, and it can be really, really difficult. So my heart goes out to you. We're not dealing with a Capricorn. Uh, gosh, there's something very karmic. There's a very thick, sticky karmic cord here that maybe you have tried to cut cords with in the past. You may even have gone to like an energy healer and tried to have this cord cut. But I feel this is someone who's like reconnecting to you. They're really reconnecting to you, and it's like a lizard's tail. That was my experience with this person. It was like a lizard's tail, or like you chop it off and it just grows back. Like but don't let that discourage you. I'm telling you, you can break out of it. But there's someone who's just very possessive of you right now. They're like, she's mine. Leanne is mine. Leanne belongs to me. Nobody else is gonna have Leanne. I don't know if this is somebody that might be involved with occult energy. I know in my case, the person I was dealing with was very much into like occult stuff, and he would do his own little spell work, and he would, pay people in his coven, and so the energy was really, really sticky. But what you need to know, I feel you're very, very close. If we're looking at how far you've been, I'm gonna say like nine of wands, like one more little push here, and you're breaking out of this energy for good. The way that you're going to do it is by putting a lot of time into your emotional self-care, physical self-care. Really treat yourself, pamper yourself, create a sense of sanctuary in your home. Do things that are like raising the vibration in your home: music, sunlight, fresh air, candles, incense, essential oils, aromatherapy. Just whatever you can, and just keep doing that, and this energy is going to dissipate. This person's going to lose their hold over you. And then, and this is coming in intuitively, then it's going to like be just, you're going to have all kinds of options. You're going to go through a period of time when you're like, who are all these people? Where are they coming from? And why do they all want to date me? Like that's the energy you're going to be coming into. And you're gonna decide. So I do feel there's a big significant shift happening for you in your love life. I feel you have several soulmates, and so you're going to pick who you want to be with. It's not just one magical person, but it just may be a case of apples and oranges. Which one do you like more? They're both great. They're both wonderful, but they can be very different. So you're coming into a choose your own adventure kind of thing here with the person that you end up settling down with, or the person that you're choosing as your life partner. But right now you're breaking out of a really, really sticky karmic cord, and you're almost there. You're almost done with it. Okay? I hope that's helpful. Let's see. Oh, hi, Allie. Can you tell what is coming in for me in the next week? Okay. I like the specific time frame. You're going to be finalizing agreements. If you have put in for some kind of training or some kind of program, then I would say that you're going to be accepted into that training or into that program. But the next week is finalizing or perfecting something, working out details, and really kind of getting something set in stone. Okay? Let's see. Who else do we have? Scottish Scorpio. General energy. General energy for Scottish Scorpio. Ooh, the star. I love it. So if you have any Aquarius placements, you can expect for big shifts and big changes to happen for you in those houses or in those areas of your life. However, the star card is like the worst of it is behind you, right? The star follows the tower. So the star says the tower moments are gone. The worst of it is behind us. Now we're coming into a time of planning for the future long term, a stable, comfortable retirement, being seen, being celebrated, being in our creativity, being a source of inspiration to others. It's a very, very, very positive card of being seen and receiving, coming into celebration, abundance, good times. Could also be something for you in terms of like you personally becoming known if you're doing something in terms of creative endeavors, or if you're putting yourself out there publicly in some way, like becoming a public figure, being seen, being celebrated in that way as well. Okay, let's see. Hi, Keeper of the Realms. Thank you. If you're sending a super chat, please do put your question in with the super chat. Danny Doom, thanks. I have a partner in my business. We are equal. It would be nearly impossible to do it alone right now. The spirits work with us together. He is coming to us this summer. Ay, ay, ay. Can you elaborate? What do you need to know about this person, Danny? This person might be kind of coming in like to get you moving. Sometimes the wheel, I don't know if you follow my readings at all, but sometimes I refer to the wheel as the dangling carrot. Sometimes spirit gives us some kind of security blanket or just something to give us a push, right? I call it the dangling carrot because of like the old Bugs Bunny cartoons or Warner Brother cartoons, when there's a horse and the horse doesn't want to get going, so the little cartoon character will tie a carrot to the string and put it in front of the horse, and the horse starts chomping at the bit, like trying to get to the carrot. I feel this is somebody that you've crossed paths with to get you going, and to get you moving, because perhaps maybe you did not believe in yourself, or you thought that you needed this. And so your angels and guides kind of gave you something to get you moving, to bring you out of hiding, to get you to start taking steps. But, this is just a cycle, and I don't feel like you guys will continue together moving forward. So there could be things where you go separate ways. And that has happened to me, my dear. In the beginning in my journey, there were people that I worked with, or like groups that I was taken in by. But eventually, because of our spiritual connections, we parted ways. Okay, and it could be something along those lines. Perhaps this person wants to work with certain energies or certain entities that you don't agree with, and you might be going down a different path spiritually. Okay, I know that has definitely come up for me. There were certain entities or certain beings that I was told I had to pray to, that I was told I had to like let come in, and that wasn't my thing. And I don't have any problem with anybody working with those entities. It just wasn't for me. And so there could be a parting of ways over modality, the spiritual direction that you all are taking, or certain spirits or entities that are being brought in, or that you might feel guided or gravitating towards a different process. They might be introducing a process to you that you just don't feel comfortable with. I feel like this is someone that got you going, but ultimately I feel like you all are going to go in different directions. And it doesn't mean that one is better than the other, one is right, one is wrong. I just feel like there's going to be a splitting of paths here. Okay, let's go to somebody who has not sent a super chat. I want to try to keep it balanced here. I really do appreciate the super chats, as I said, but I don't want people to get discouraged or feel like I'm going to ignore them if they're not sending anything. Let's see. So, Ika. What can I expect for love in the month of April? Oh, Lolian. I always forget. You told me last time too it was Lolian. I have to remember that. Ika is Lolian. Okay. For love in April. 9 of Cups. Wishes coming true. But 9 of Cups also comes up for me with the energy that you're going to have to be a little kind of standing firm here in your deservingness. Because the flip side of the 9 of Cups for me is that there are people who are looking at this really judgmentally, or like they're acting like, who do you think you are? Like, where do you get off? Oh, look at you. Oh, okay, isn't that so nice for you? There could be envy, there could be jealousy, there could be people who are like trying to like, and this is, it's so funny because as I'm saying this, I got like a mental image of like somebody like taking their little wagon and trying to hitch it to you. So one of the things you need to keep in mind is your love life's going to be moving forward, but there could be people in your life that are trying to use this as an opportunity for them, like to be around you and to be around this person, hoping that they're gonna meet somebody too. So they might not be trying to, how can I say this? They might not be trying to steal your person away from you, but they may be getting really close because they're hoping that they're gonna meet somebody through your person. Oh, maybe he's got a brother. Oh, maybe he's got a friend. Oh, maybe, he can hook it up. And so I feel like the Nine of Cups is coming up to say your wish is coming true, but beware of like third wheel energy, because that's going to really bring it down, and that's going to really kind of prevent it from being able to really flourish and move forward. So don't feel selfish. Don't feel selfish to keep this person to yourself. Don't feel selfish to just, keep it limited to the two of you, at least in the beginning. Like, let yourself have that honeymoon period without feeling like you got to bring people in with you, or, oh, I feel sorry for my friend, they're by themselves, or no, 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 no. You focus on you and the relationship, and they can wait a little bit and they can meet people later, but allow yourself to enjoy this connection. Okay? Um let's see. Um just going through the questions. Let's see. Okay, here we are. Here we are. Ange Yankee. If possible, I'd like to know, when will I win a lottery? Hi. Well, and I'm gonna be honest with you. That is an energy I don't connect with, but I think ultimately what we're asking here for is financial relief and like a comfortable life. So I'm gonna pull a card around that energy, like financial stability, comfortable life. But I'm not necessarily gonna predict the lottery winnings. Might not be coming through the lottery. It might be coming in through some other way. We have temperance. And so temperance is saying you're on the right path. You're on the right path. Everything is happening. Everything is being aligned. You're not gonna mess this up. You're being directed towards this stability and this security. Um, I feel like 5 months from now, you're gonna feel really, really safe, like safe, comfortable, not worried about money, and just being in a good place. Okay. But temperance tells me you're on the path. You're on the path. Everything is happening in accordance with divine timing. I really want to emphasize, I cannot guarantee that 5 months from now you're going to win the lottery, but I can tell you that the energy is coming in to say 5 months from now you're secure, you're stable, you're comfortable, you're happy, you're headed in that direction now. Okay, like all things are happening as they're meant to happen right now. Alrighty. Oh, there's Kafa. I am a student and was terminated from a toxic job. But finance is tough. I feel the spirit is telling me that I need to trust and focus on my gifts. All right, a message around this for Kafa. Now I want coffee. I'm like, oh, coffee sounds like coffee. That sounds good. Strength card. Yes. To answer your question, yes. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. I have a very personal connection here with this strength card. This is a card that would come up for me a lot when I pulled cards for myself. So yes, you are being led in a new direction, and I'm gonna just go ahead and say, because the strength card is coming up, this is giving me a sense and a feeling that what you're going to be doing is going to be really in a completely different direction from anything you've been focusing on till now. Also, kind of like a self-employment, entrepreneurship, like having your own business. So I would say that intuitively, I do feel like in the next 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to have another job. And I feel like this job is going to be like a good paying job where you're able to meet your financial needs and necessities. But I also feel it's going to be easy enough to where it's not taking a lot from you emotionally and mentally. And in your free time, you are going in this direction in which you're being guided with your talents, your gifts, your inner resources, and you're creating something for yourself. So ultimately, in the long run, I feel you're going to be a self-employed person. Okay, I hope that's helpful, and I thank you for giving me a chance to pull a card for you. Let me go back here to the non-super chats. Try to keep this balanced. I don't know if Lakeisha is still here. And Lakeisha, I have not seen like a question after I asked. So maybe you just want me to pull a card. So I'm just gonna pull a general card for Lakeisha. King of Wands. Okay, it could be a fire sign person coming in. Sagittarius, Leo, um, or Aries. Could also be a lover energy. But I feel like King of Wands is like somebody coming in that is helping you get your fire back. Get your fire back, get your spark back. Someone who's like encouraging you, believing in you. Um I feel also like you have a gift or you have a talent that you have not been pursuing, and it comes up in your mind that, oh, Lakeisha, you should do this, and then you're like, oh yeah, and you feel all excited and all like passionate about it, and then the negative ego comes in and you're discouraged. You're like, oh well, that's stupid. Oh well, that's never gonna work. And you completely forget about it or you don't pursue it. I feel like you've been kind of flopping back and forth between this idea. I feel like this person's kind of coming in and like really cheerleading you through this. Like, you can do it, and oh my gosh, this is so great, and how wonderful is this going to be? Like, they might even be like setting you up with like people that they know, like networking, like to get things going, to get things moving for you. So I feel a significant person, a significant soulmate that's just kind of like coming in and encouraging you and believing in you. I do feel a romantic or a physical attraction here between the two of you. Um, uh, and yeah, I just feel like there's a transition you're coming into, and this person's gonna be encouraging you through it. Okay. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Leanne Riverstone. Okay, Kim wants to know, Lori's love. What does Lori's need to know about love? What's coming up for Lori's in love? Five of Wands. So there's somebody, but there's going to be competing goals. You might already be dealing with this person now. They want you, but they don't have the same vision for the future, right? So you might not have the same goals. You know, maybe somebody wants to have kids, somebody doesn't want to have kids. Somebody wants to retire overseas, somebody else doesn't want to retire overseas. Someone wants marriage, somebody else doesn't want marriage. But I feel there's someone who wants you right now, but you all just don't want the same thing. And I feel like uh it's going to be up to you to walk away from it, because I feel like this person will just keep holding on, hoping that you're just going to give in to like their way or what they want to do. They're not going to change. They're just hoping that maybe at some point you'll say, "Oh, well, you know what? I really like this person so much that I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to make an exception, and I'm going to, change my plans because I want to be with this person." Uh, End game here, you all don't have the same end game in mind, but there is affection, there is attraction. Maybe I even feel like this person might be really funny, and you might have a good time with them, but you all don't have the same idea of like happily ever after, and that's where the disconnect is. Okay. um Danny Doom, I'm so sorry, honey. I'm just doing one question per person. I did the follow up, but please, just one question per person, guys. Lovely says, I lost my twin sister 2 years ago to health problems. Our birthday is April 7th. What does she want me to know? Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Message for Lovely from twin sister. Um, the message from your sister is that you're coming into a time of really big changes, really sudden shifts. But what I'm hearing is all of this is coming in to break out of generational curses, inherited karmic energies. Um, it the message that I'm getting is it's going to be an intense storm, but it's going to be very brief. And I feel like it is resulting in like a relocation, because I'm being given a visual, like symbolism of a tornado, like a funnel cloud coming and touching down and like sucking you up and spinning you around and taking you somewhere else. So I feel there's a relocation. You might be really white knuckling, hanging on tooth and nail, trying to stay in a specific place. Maybe you feel like, well, this place gives me a sense of connection to my childhood. Maybe it's a place that you feel it gives you a connection to your twin sister or like to your family, and you may be really tied to some place out of nostalgia. But there's some kind of shift, there's some kind of move coming that is going to open up a whole new world for you. And I talk about the Ace of Cups, that karmic shift where we learn through pleasure instead of learning through pain. Right now you're holding on to painful lessons, and so there's this change, this shift, this change in geography even, that is opening you up to receive and to learn through growth and joy and abundance and happiness and love, instead of the pain. And so just trust the process. The message that's coming in is trust the process, and she is with you. She's with you. You're not gonna lose her because of this move. Like it's not like you won't have a connection with her, or you won't have spiritual visitations from her. Like all of that will continue. It's not about where you're living. So don't feel like I have to hang on tooth and nail to this place. I hope that helps, but that's the message that came in. What happened to the comments? Oh, there they are. Um, let's see. Oh, that's great. I'm glad your YouTube channel is growing, Danny. That's great. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Sue. And if you guys don't mind deleting your comment after I answer your question, that would help me a lot. Kim wants to know, will I be reunited with my masculine this year? Um, you have Queen of Pentacles. This can go a couple of different ways. We're bringing in the pendulum for backup. Um, so I asked the pendulum, are you going to be reunited with your masculine this year? And it going in a circle like that in that direction is a no. And it's swinging pretty fast. So that's a pretty big no. I'm sorry. I know that might be disappointing. That might not be what you're wanting to hear. However, Queen of Pentacles lets us know that there's something better coming in for you. And I would even say as soon as this fall. So I would say maybe like September, October. And the fact that it's coming in with the Queen of Pentacles is letting us know this is someone you're going to be able to have a strong, not just emotional and spiritual connection with, but a physical connection with. Like to me, Queen of Pentacles is like physical love, but I don't mean physical love to where like there's no emotion. I mean like physical intimacy, like physical touch, like massages and cuddling and spooning and kissing and touching and like physical expressions of love, not just um in the heat of passion, or not just something that's happening because of hormones or pheromones, but actual physical intimacy, and like somebody that you're going to have a life with, that you're going to make a home with. So this person that you may have had uh maybe kind of opened you up in a lot of ways, kind of like prepared you for this bigger love. But I feel there's something better coming for you, and something real and something physical and something in the here and now, in terms of like making a life and making a home with someone. Let's see. Um, all right, we got Kim. Leanne Riverstone. Is there a question? Oh no, it's deleted. No, that's Leanne R. I pulled a card for Larice. I did Kim. I did Ika. I would like to know if I will get a new job in Tennessee. Is Lisa gonna get a job in Tennessee? You have 9 of Pentacles, so I would say yes. I would say yes. That's a good yes. Let's see. Okay. Polly, any messages for Polly? The moon. Okay, you're going to be sensitive to the moon energies over the next 3 cycles. So be gentle with yourself. You're in a time of releasing. Things are coming to the surface and you're going to be getting over a lot of your fears that have been blocking you. So if you've been praying, if you've been saying, where am I blocked? Help me heal it. Let me remove these blocks. What's been blocking you is fear. And I feel like over the next 3 moon cycles, these fears are going to be leaving you and you're going to find that you're coming into a flow. And I also feel like you're going to feel um all of a sudden like you have this boost of energy, or you have this optimism, or oh yeah, I'll go for that, oh yeah, I'll try that. Like I feel like you're going to feel this shift within yourself, like you're putting yourself out there more and things are happening for you, things are aligning for you. So you're coming into a time of release, and immediately after this release is going to be the things flowing in, the things coming in. But I feel like you're going to have a really significant release over the next 3 moon cycles. That was for Polly. Let's see. Question that just jumped out at me from Yanette is, how can I heal? I just got pulled into that one. How can Yanette heal? I got you already are, but we're going to elaborate on that. 10 of Pentacles. Ground yourself, honey. Ground yourself and be in your physical environment. Enjoy the physical and let yourself be selfish right now. Put into yourself. The message that's coming to me is, think of how good it would feel if all of the energy, all of the love, all of the encouragement, all of the support you've put into people around you that have just taken and given nothing back, think of how good you would feel if you put all of that into yourself. Once you start to do this, you're coming into a time of rapid manifestation. Ten of Pentacles coming up is telling me that you are connecting healing with manifesting. And you're telling yourself, I'm not receiving anything because I'm blocked or I'm broken. And that's not necessarily the case. Okay, you're not broken, you're not blocked, but you need to come into the physical environment. You need to come into taking possession of your environment, of your body, and keeping things for yourself, right? Not feeling like you have to give it away. So putting in time into yourself, putting in things that make you feel good, doing things that make you feel good physically, focus on your physical needs right now. And this is going to put you on the path to also focusing on your emotional needs. And you're going to start to call things in. You're going to start to manifest things coming to you. It's not necessarily that you are not healed. You know, you just need to come into the physical realm and be grounded and be in your body and be in the physical domain so that you can call things into physical existence. I hope that's helpful. Kieran is asking if he should invest in the US stock market or wait it out. Let's see. Kieran investing in the US stock market. Oh, okay, hold on. I always say this public service announcement. I need to say this again. Um, I'm very wary of asking the tarot or asking spirit, um, should I do something? Because the answer is always gonna be yes. Because even if it's not gonna go the way that we wanted it to go, we're gonna learn a lesson. So the universe is always gonna tell us yes, yeah. You know, it's wonderful. You know, whether you get what you want or whether you learn a lesson, it's wonderful. Go for it. But sometimes we don't want a lesson, right? Like sometimes we're like, I could go without a lesson. Thank you, but no thank you. So I don't like to ask should. I don't like to ask should I, should this person, because 9 out of 10 times the answer is going to be yes. But I'm going to ask, what does Kieran need to know about investing in the US stock market at this time? We have Justice card. I would say yes. It would be a good thing for you, but also with the balancing here, I would say like to be balanced in doing this. Like this is not something that you want to go to extremes with, right? So I don't know if there's somebody that you're talking to who's encouraging you and they're saying, oh, you got to put in all the money. You got to put in all the money. You got to put in more than that. I feel like the Justice card is coming in and say like be balanced. Don't go breaking the bank to invest, but be balanced. So I would say yes, but don't lose your head over it. Don't be like the guy in Vegas at the craps table saying, I feel lucky, I'm gonna put it all in. Oh gosh, I lost it, I'm gonna put more and I'm gonna get it back. Don't be in that extreme. Be balanced in your investing. Okay. Um let's see. Okay. Rebecca wants to know if there's any urgent messages. You're going through a time of rebirth, phoenix rising from the ashes. So you're coming into a new cycle and you're coming into a time of what is sometimes referred to as ego death. You're shaking off conditioning, programming, you're coming back to the authentic self. So you're going to have to give yourself some time to really get to know the real you and what you like versus what you've been conditioned to like. I feel like a lot of the things you've been trying to manifest are going to change because you've been manifesting from a conditioned place of what you've been taught is going to bring you happiness, and you're going to realize that's not really what I want at all. And so there's a like coming back to the heart center, coming back to the authentic self. You're going to be going through a lot of changes and a lot of shifts, and like even you're going to find your priorities are changing, your taste, you're becoming more aware of what you truly want and what you truly like. And through this process you're going to find that things actually start happening for you a lot more quickly. You're able to manifest a lot more quickly, a lot more easily. Things are flowing to you very fast at the end of this transition. Oh, you're welcome, Kieran. Let's see. Um, MPG. Is Steven the one for me? Is Steven the one for MPG? You have the sun. I would say they're definitely a significant soulmate where you're learning the opposite of codependency. So if there's triggers here in this relationship, it could be that we have some codependency that's being triggered, and this is an opportunity for us to work out of that and to learn to be loved for ourselves and to be embraced and accepted for ourselves, and to do the same for our person, and to have trust for one another. But I would definitely say with the sun here, there's love. There's love, but there could be something here where insecurities are getting triggered that is triggering codependency. So maybe might be a good idea to look that up and see, does that resonate with you? Do you feel like, oh, well, that kind of sounds like how I'm feeling? Okay, well, now that I know that that sounds like how I'm feeling, what can I do about it? What are some good ways to approach this? What are some good ways for me to work through codependency and come into the opposite of codependency? Because for me, the sun card is true love and authenticity. Okay. Let's see. Okay, here we are. But Bawana Basnet, please give me some guidance and pull one card that my wishes and desires will be fulfilled or not. I'm doing my best, all I can. Thanks. All right, Bawana. You have Four of Pentacles. So Four of Pentacles is a card that comes up to tell me that your wishes and desires are going to happen, but what you need to learn right now is a little bit of selfishness. You need to learn to keep things to yourself. Not everybody needs to know what you're up to. Not everybody needs to know what you're doing. Also, I feel like you have gone through cycles in time when you've tried to do things for yourself, financially or even energetically. I feel even energetically like things start to go good for you, and then there's some kind of an interruption, right? Like, let's say you wanted to buy a car and you're saving money to buy a car, and every time you get to that point where you're going to have that car, what happens? Somebody comes in and is like, well, you have to hand that money over. You know, we need it for this, we need it for that. That's more important. You're being selfish. Well, you know what? People don't need to know that you're gathering money for a car. Or you start to have friends and you start to have a social life and you start to feel good, and there's somebody that, oh, I really like this person, I think they like me too, oh my gosh, this is going to be a relationship. And then somebody is like, you're always out there with everybody else and you're being selfish and you're not thinking about the rest of us and you're just off living your life, running in the streets. People don't need to know everything that you're up to. And you have to give yourself permission to receive what you're receiving, because the Four of Pentacles makes me feel like you've received what you've wanted in the past, but others have influenced you into giving it up or handing it over. And that's where this has to stop. You are the only one who can make the decision. This is mine and I get to keep it. So yes, your wishes are going to come true, but for them to be consistent and for them to be permanent is up to you. Taking the steps you need to take to not allow other people to block you from receiving what you've worked so hard for. You have the right to keep it. You have the right to hold on to it. Okay? Let's see. Oh, Petite Guy, I'm glad it was helpful. I don't know if you're still here, but I'm glad that was spot on and helpful. Leanne Riverstone wants to know if she will have a romantic relationship with the person she is interested in. We have Eight of Wands. I would say yes, there's going to be forward movement. However, because we have the Eight of Wands, this could be more of a physical connection, more of a passionate connection. Somebody like who's getting your fire back, getting your spark back, getting your groove back. So it may, I don't know. I would have to pull a lot more cards to see like where it's going. But Eight of Wands does give me the feeling and the sense of a quick, sudden shift. Like we're actually doing this, and because it's fire and passion, I would feel that it's coming in like in a passionate way or like in a physical way. That doesn't mean that that's all it's gonna be, but that's what's coming up here in the near future in the connection. Okay, so Brianna Teal wants to know if her transition is almost complete. Six of Cups, I would say yes. I feel like the missing puzzle piece here is some inner child work. And I'm hearing nostalgia. So connecting with nostalgia, I feel is going to be a big part of this completion of the process for you. So maybe like looking at pictures of yourself from your childhood. I'm getting a very interesting intuitive message though. I don't know if you've been considering going back to your childhood home, but I got a big no. Like no, 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 no. So if you've been thinking about going back to your childhood home, no. No. No, 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 no. But connecting with your inner child and things that are nostalgic, maybe watching the cartoons. You can look up all kinds of things on YouTube these days. You can find the most like out there things or nostalgic things from the past, or even on digital media platforms. But I would say maybe watching cartoons or shows you really liked as a kid, listening to music you really liked as a kid. maybe even things like coloring books or like, blowing bubbles, but I feel more it's like more nostalgia. By connecting with the nostalgia, like something is getting moving here with the inner child, which I feel is going to end up being more like a soul retrieval. So it's like you're pulling the inner child out of the house, like bringing the child out of the house instead of going to the house, if that makes sense at all. But that's the vibe that I'm getting here. Okay. So H Bell, it's hard when people ask me questions about other people because like I have to respect that person's privacy. Obviously, we're going to be worried about our children, our siblings, our loved ones. We're going to want to know, are they okay? We're going to want to know what's happening in their life. But it's a little unethical for me to connect with somebody else's energy and like look into their business without their permission. So I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to ask that question in that way. The way I'm going to ask the question is, what message are we allowed to have for H Bell regarding sister energy here? What do we have permission to know about sister, helping sister? What's coming for sister? We have Five of Pentacles. So Five of Pentacles gives me the feeling in the sense that your sister is coming into a time in which she's gonna find her own way. Okay, she's gonna kind of go out into the world and like find her own way. So this may even be someone who's saying that they don't want help. They don't want help and they're gonna have their journey in a different way, in another way. So we can pray for them. We can, ask their guardian angels to watch over them. But we cannot make somebody uh, receive our help. We cannot make somebody do what is going to be best for them if they don't want to do it. And there could even be here in this sense, I'm feeling a sense of like stubbornness. Like, you're not going to tell me what to do, or you're not going to ride in on your white horse and save me. I can handle it. I can take care of myself. And so there could be a pulling away. There could be a shutting out. But Five of Pentacles is also very much, for me in my readings, like a journey. We're going through a journey. We're going on this journey. And so this is a part of her spiritual journey. Okay? Um, I just had another question that jumped up out at me from Jojo. How does the Taurus feel about me? How does Taurus feel about Jojo? Queen of Cups. I would say Taurus sees you as a very loving, nurturing, soothing person. Maybe even somebody who is very nurturing, very maternal. What they're going to do about it is another question. Sometimes people will encounter this energy and feel like they're not ready for it and like run away or pull back. But as far as how this person sees you and what they feel for you, they feel emotion for you. They feel affection for you. They see you as a very loving, soothing, nurturing, comforting, person, and I would say they have a very positive uh opinion or impression of you. uh this is how they see you. They see you as the Queen of Cups. Okay. Let's see. Samantha S. just wants a card. Chariot. Things are going to be moving forward for you. There could even be a move or a relocation, but you're going to start to see movement, things moving forward, things happening. Chariot is also a card of independence in a time in which, for me, in my readings anyway, your lesson right now is that you have free will. So you might be saying, okay, angels, okay, guides, show me the door you want me to go through. But in this particular instance, your angels and guides don't have permission to choose the door. But what they do have permission to do is once you choose the door, to help you get it open, to help you make it happen. So you're in a time of free will. You need to make the decision, this is what I want, and your spiritual team is going to step up and help you make it happen. Okay, Samantha? I hope that's helpful. Let's see. Okay. All right. Kimberly Tate wants to know what change is coming to her life. Kimberly Tate, what change is coming to Kimberly's life? Seven of Wands, you're on the right path. This is not the time to be a maverick. This is not the time to try to reinvent the wheel, so to speak, or make things happen faster or quicker. You're on the right path. Just keep doing what you're doing. I feel like any opposition you're facing is going to fall away. Anybody who's coming up against you, anybody who's discouraging you, any cords you've been trying to cut that just don't want to cut, these people are going to tire out and fall away. You're headed in the right direction. Just keep doing what you're doing, okay? Okay, let's see. Okay, so Shoni Harris wants to know, can you please give me a time frame when I will hear from my person again and not just a quick phone call or something? Okay, so significant communication from Shoni's person, time frame for significant communication from Shoni's person. We have the Fool, so I would say in the next 30 days. Also, with the fact that it's the Fool card, they may be reaching out and wanting to do something very spontaneous. So it could be something very left field, very kind of sudden. Maybe they're inviting you to something, or they're just saying, okay, to heck with it, I'm ready now, let's do this kind of thing. But I would say in the next 30 days, okay? Let's see. Sue McClintock. Good evening. May I ask if my long distance relationship is going to go forward? Thank you. Okay. So is it going to go forward? Is it going to go forward? We have Queen of Swords. And Queen of Swords, I'm going to say no, my dear, because there's going to be an issue here in terms of boundaries. Sometimes when this is the tricky thing about long distance relationships. Some of us get into long distance relationships because we feel like, you know what? I'm not going to limit myself when it comes to love. It's a great big world. There's a lot of people out there, and I'm not going to limit myself to say I'm only going to look at people who are near me, right? I will go anywhere for love. So some of us go into long distance relationships with that mindset. Love will find a way, we'll find a way to be together, but we need to be careful because there are some other people that really like long distance relationships because it's a way for them to have their cake and eat it too. They get to have the lovey dovey connection. They get to have the sexy conversations. They get to visit each other and have this honeymoon energy and then go back to their regular life. And so some people like to have the long distance relationship because they get to have all of the perks of a romantic relationship, but they also get to have a lot of distance and they also get to have a lot of space. I saw an article the other day that it's trending now. It's on the rise for people to be married but living separate. Me personally, I don't understand why, like, bring ink and paper into it and get married if you're not going to be living in the same place. But hey, to each their own. The fact that the Queen of Swords is coming up is I feel there's going to be an issue here for you in terms of boundaries, where they like the relationship the way it is, and you're wanting to bring it together, and they might like being apart. Because some people need that. Some people need the distance. And that works for them. And that's where I feel the disconnect is here with this person. I feel like the distance works for them and they like it this way, and you're wanting to bridge the distance, and that's where I feel the disconnect is. Okay. Um okay. Maria just wants a card, any card at all. You have the Emperor, divine masculine energy coming in, Maria, foundation, structure, discipline. You're coming into a very stable time. Uh, Potentially even here calling in divine masculine energy. Irene is also asking for a card to be pulled. Irene, you have Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is also a card that comes up to tell us there's nothing to worry about. You're doing a good job. You're putting in some good work. You're going to get your harvest back from it. You're going to get back what you're putting out. And to just allow the timing to go by and allow for things to grow. Don't feel like you have to hustle. Don't feel like you have to grind. Don't feel like you have to tire yourself out or push to make things to happen fast. They're happening as they're meant to happen, and you're doing a good job. You've planted some really good seeds, and you're going to see some really good results out of everything that you've been doing. Okay? see. Okay, Airy Empress wants to know what spiritual gifts do they possess. You have the oh wait, no, that was the wrong that was the wrong stack. Hold on. Airy Empress. What spiritual gifts does Airy Empress possess? We have Knight of Wands. And so Knight of Wands is very fiery energy. Knight of Wands gives me the feeling in the sense that you have spiritual gifts of like transmutation, change, very, very light worker kind of energy. I would connect that also with healing, transmutation, healing, uh, refining energy, cleansing energy, clearing spaces. Uh, these are things that you're able to kind of like move energy, make things happen, move energy in this way. Alrighty. I think I saw some super chats come in. Let me get to those before my battery dies. Keeper of the Realms. Any messages for Keeper of the Realms? We have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is coming into a time of universal flow. Okay? Money coming in, money that you're putting aside, saving for the future. Money continues to come in. You're able to continue saving for the future, but you also have money to enjoy life, do the things that you want to do, to be generous and to help others. So you're coming into a time of flow and reciprocal energy. You're coming into a time in which things should be flowing for you more easily and more abundantly, and that's definitely good news. JMV Designs, graphic designs, and movie editing. Thank you, my dear. In the future, JMV, if you ever join any of my lives again, please type the question in with the super chat because it makes it a lot easier for me. So you just want a general card, I guess, it looks like. Okay, so just the card. Yeah, for people that do super chats, pretty please put the question in with the super chat or just say general card, but let me know in the super chat. Okay. We have Judgment, and so it's a time in which you're going to be answering a calling, JMV. You're being pulled in a direction, you're answering a calling. This may result in dissolving certain partnerships or projects. I feel like there could be things that you're wanting to do that might be taking you in a direction that may be causing you to pull away from certain associations or affiliations professionally, because maybe you're looking at it as like, I don't want this energy around me, or I don't know why, but I get a feeling or a sense that you have like this fear of like cancel culture or like being canceled in some way. So I feel like there's something you're wanting to do, but you have this fear that, oh, what if people look me up, and what if they see that I know this person, or I know that person, or I worked on this project, or I worked on that project, and they're not going to like me. And the message that's coming in here is you're being called in this direction. You're being called to take on these endeavors, to trust it, to go with it. And at the end of the day, we cannot be responsible for other people's actions, right? If we see somebody is doing something shady or something that we don't agree with, we can distance ourselves from that person. And so that if that ever comes up, we can say, you know what, I was just as bothered by that as you are, and I distanced myself, or I pulled away, or I didn't realize at that time, and I'm growing and I'm ascending and I'm awakening, and I'm doing better and I'm learning to do better. And so I feel like you have this fear of like being judged or being called out, and spirit is saying that it's not going to be as bad as you think. It's not going to be the issue that you think it's going to be. It may come up from time to time, but it's something that you're going to be able to just really kind of say, oh yeah, I'm right with you on that one. I feel the same way you do about it, kind of thing. But don't let that hold you back from doing the things you're feeling called to do. Okay. Lorette Rodriguez wants to know, will she experience her forever soulmate in this lifetime? Yes, and I feel like they're coming in this fall, September, October, November. But yes, I'm going to say yes, my dear. I'm going to pull a card for Brian. Aura. Oh, heck. Hold on, someone just banged on my door. Better not be any crazy exes. Hold on. I don't know who it was, but they took off. They took off. Let's see. Card for Brian. Brian Hermit, okay? You're coming into a time of spiritual awakening. You may also find that you're gravitating towards like modality that really resonates with you, and what you're tapping into your spiritual gifts and abilities. I also feel, for whatever reason, although this isn't something that's associated with the hermit, I feel like it's you're going to have a lot of answers coming to you a lot of revelations coming to you. You're going to work a lot of things out through writing. So I don't know if you've been feeling led or called to write lately, but I feel like this is going to be a big part of your spiritual process. If you are a Virgo, this is a time that you're taking back your power. You're coming into your authenticity, and you're coming into a time of living your best life unapologetically without fears or worries or concerns about the thoughts or opinions of others. But I really do feel like you're coming into a strong spiritual connection, and that you're going to be leading others. You're going to be showing others the way. So you're in a really beautiful time of transformation. You're like, this is the part of the process, the part of the story where the caterpillar is in the cocoon and the wings are sprouting, the wings are growing. And when the caterpillar comes out of the cocoon, it's gonna it's gonna be a butterfly, and it's gonna go places and see things the caterpillar could never even have dreamed of. So I feel like there's also gonna be a really big, how can I say this? Like a really big difference between your accomplishments and the accomplishments of your parents, or from previous generations. Like, there's going to be a big leap from your parents to you, like a big leap in terms of like what you're able to accomplish or what you're able to do in your lifetime. I hope that makes sense. Um, let's pull a card here for Aura. Oh, it's a time of awakening, Aura. You've been making sacrifices that are not benefiting you. They're not worth your while. So this is a time in which you are going to make some changes, and maybe change things that you are uh, putting aside or delaying or sacrificing for other people. And Aura, I don't know if you're into music at all. I don't know if you're somebody that feels connected to music or moved by music, but a song, like song lyrics, came up in my mind as I'm connecting with your energy and as I'm looking at this card for you. There's a song called I can't believe I'm forgetting. Okay, it's called Salisbury Hill, and it's by Peter Gabriel. It's an older song. But it's kind of like a song about like finding yourself, finding your way back home, coming back to your truth. And there's a line that says uh all the time I thought of what I'd say, which connections I should cut, open doors would soon be shut. So you're coming into a time of transition, okay? I would look up the lyrics to Salisbury Hill. Maybe it's by Peter Gabriel. It could be that there's things in there that really kind of resonate to you or like speak to you about where you currently are right now. But I feel like you've been making a lot of really unnecessary sacrifices. I also feel like you've been letting other people dictate to you like what's gonna be successful, what's gonna be good for you. Like, oh, I see you doing this, or oh, you know what, your style is like this, and oh, you know what would be really cool for you, this. But when we do that, we're letting other people tell us who we are, and people look at us through very filtered lenses. People look at us in ways that benefit them. People look at us at like what they feel comfortable with or what they feel safe with. And so you need to disconnect from that. And this is a time that you're coming into the awakening, that you're going to disconnect from that. Okay. Oh, wow, Brian. I don't know if you were talking to me, but ooh. Okay. I think you're talking to DC. Okay. 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 So that's awesome. Farina says a question for 11:05. One of the things I hate about the comments is they get taken out of order. Where is 11:05? You might be in a different time zone than me, my dear. Is it 10:05? Is it 9:05? I'm not at 11:05. One of the things I hate about the comments is they get jumbled around. I don't change them. I don't know why that happens. Oh God, see if I can find Farina's comment. If you guys do a super chat, please, 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 pretty please, put your question in the super chat, even if you've already typed it up. I'm going through. I'm trying to find Farina's question here. Sorry, I'm still scrolling through questions. Still scrolling through questions. I'm sorry for the silence, guys. Okay, here's Farina. Yeah, I think you're 2 hours ahead of me. It's 9:05 here in the comments. Hi, Amethyst. I just joined. May I ask a question also? Will I get a new job, government position over coming months I am being referred for, or will I stay in my current role, contractor? Let's see what is happening here. Government job in the coming months. Government job for Farina. We have Empress. So I would say yes. Also, though, even though major arcana cards can be seen as something happening within the next 30 days, for whatever reason, the Empress is giving me the feeling in the sense that it may not happen until the fall. So maybe this is something you're going to have to keep in mind in terms of like your planning, your scheduling, your budgeting. But I would say yes, and I feel like it's happening for you in the fall. Okay, my dear? Alrighty. Mike Skill. Super chat from Mike. High need a step. Tower burning to ground. Loudy's guide? Not sure what that is. Shoni, I pulled a card for you. I sure did. I remember your name. I don't remember your question. Oh yeah, time frame. It was the next 30 days and it was the Fool card. So it was some kind of a leap. Guys, please listen because I can't guarantee when I'm going to answer your question, but I did pull a card for you, my dear. Mike, I'm not sure what you're asking me. I think you're having a tower moment and you want me to pull a card for you. So that's what we're going to do. Six of Wands. Things are going to work out for you, Mike. Things are going to get better for you here, potentially even in the next couple of weeks. And Six of Wands wants you to know that the truth is going to come out. So anybody who is being dishonest or anybody who's making false accusations, it's going to come out that they're the ones that are lying. So Six of Wands is telling me just hang tight, hang in there. The truth is going to be revealed, and that this is going to end up being a blessing for you. It's going to end up benefiting you and putting you in a better situation. Okay? And people will know. People will know the truth. Okay. Let's see. Try to get to some. Gabriella Papa wants to know if soulmate is coming in soon. We have Page of Wands. I would say that right now you're probably coming into a time of what I refer to as a pilot light soulmate, and I'll explain what I mean by pilot light soulmate. Pilot light soulmates, I don't know like if you've ever had a really old oh gosh. Hold on. No, we can't see, huh? I was gonna see about turning the lights off here. All right, I have somebody that just pulled up again. Gosh, why right now? No, I'll just can't turn the lights off and pretend I'm not home. I'll just ignore it. Okay, so Page of Wands here. Pilot light soulmate. So pilot light soulmate, I don't know if you've ever had like a really really old school furnace or a really old school oven where you have to call the gas company to come in and light it because the pilot's out and they have like a special kind of lighter they have to use. So I sometimes call these kind of soulmates pilot light soulmates, where it's somebody that's coming in and getting our passion back, like getting our fire back, like they're lighting that light that kind of went out. And oftentimes these connections are very fun, they're very playful, they're very passionate, they're very sexual. So I would say that there's a really significant lover that's coming in, that's kind of awakening your sensuality. But I don't feel like this is gonna be your forever person. Intuitively, I feel like that person can be coming in for you in the next 6 to 8 months. This pilot light person, I'd say in the next couple of months or so. But I feel like it's more just kind of somebody getting you out there, getting your spark back, getting your fire back, like reminding you of who you were before you became mommy, right? Sometimes we get into these roles and we forget who we are. And so this is kind of like taking you back to yourself, back to your center, connecting you with your passion, your sensuality, your inspirations, your desires. So positive movement for sure. Brian, it's not Amazon. I assure you that. We don't have Amazon trucks that come out around where I'm at. Let's see. Brandy, I would love any general guidance or insight spirit may have for me. Two of Pentacles, you need to make time for play. You're trying to be really busy right now. There might be things that you're trying to manifest in your life, and you may be getting very discouraged that they're not happening. So you're telling yourself, you know what? I'm going to keep busy. Watched pot never boils. I'm going to be productive. I'm going to, work on this goal and that goal. And all that stuff is great. But you need to make time for play, because right now, all this productivity, all this work has become a distraction, and it's become a form of self medication and repressing. And when we're self medicating and repressing, we can't manifest. So make time for play. Okay? You've been doing a lot of things to heal, to improve yourself. All that stuff is great and commendable. Give yourself a great big pat on your back, but give yourself a time to do things that you enjoy. Give yourself time to do things that are fun for you. And this energetic shift is going to make the manifestations come in much more quickly. Okay? And when I say have fun, I really, really, really need to clarify something about that. I will never ever forget this. I was doing a reading over the phone. It was back in the day when I used to do phone readings. And this message came up for the lady I was reading for. And she just kind of got real sad and she sighed. And I was like, what? Like, what's wrong? And she's like, I hate having fun. And I was like, what do you mean you hate having fun? Like, who hates having fun? What do you mean you hate having fun? And she said, I hate going to bars. I hate clubs. I hate one night stands. I don't like being in that environment. And I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, I totally get what she's saying. When I say have fun, I don't mean fun the way the world tells you is fun, right? There are people that love to go LARPing, and LARPing is a great fun thing for them. Very opposite from the club and bar scene. But that's their fun. There are people who love gardening. Gardening is very fun for them. There are people who have fun just staying at home and doing DIY projects and scrapbooking, or decorating or painting. Just have fun, whatever fun is for you. Not the world's idea of fun, not what you're conditioning to be to think is fun, but like what is fun for you. This is going to have a massive vibrational shift for you, and you're going to feel a lot less stressed out. You're going to feel a lot happier, and you're going to start seeing things manifest and flow to you a lot more quickly. So Jessica wants to know about the SBA loan contract job offer coming. SBA job contract offer. Yes. Ace of Pentacles, yes. So that's good. That's positive. That's definitely new offer coming in. Um, I also feel like it would be a generous like pay amount. So like if there's a like a range, like a starting range, where they say, depending on experience, I would feel like it would be offered to you a little bit higher up. Like maybe not like at the very very base, maybe not at the lowest, but Ace of Pentacles is definitely good news. Okay. I'm getting heckled tonight by Brian. We got a heckler. Let's see. Okay, we did Kimberly's question. Rebecca wants to know, will I find a new job and home by July 2023? We have Three of Cups, so this is good news, celebration. This is a significant yes. Three of Cups also gives you the feeling and the sense that it may be coming in through like women in your life. So like relatives or friends that might be coming in together and helping you make this happen. There could be someone that's getting you an interview where they're working, or it could be someone that is, you knows somebody that like, has a place that's available. So I do feel that it's going to be yes, but Three of Cups also gives me a sense or a feeling that it's going to be coming into to you through like people that you know, and in this way you're learning support. You're learning to receive support, friendship, healing from feminine wounds, and opening up to receive. Okay? Um This is how many cards I've used. This is how many cards I have left. So I'm going to switch decks just cuz I want to keep the options fresh here. Let's go to a different deck. All right, let's see. DC, I see you, honey. I'm coming, okay, DC? I'm just trying to get to the people ahead. Oh, Brian, I'm not telling you to shut up. Don't be hurt. I'm just teasing you back. You're teasing me, I'm teasing you back. Try not to miss anybody. I'm just gonna keep going till the battery goes. I'm gonna try to answer as many questions as I can. Okay, we got these answered. Okay. Oh, here we are. DC, you're next. What do you know? What do my guides want me to know right now? What do DC's guides want her to know right now? I feel like I need to kind of shuffle like this. And you know what? We will burn some incense. I feel like burning some incense. All right. Let's see. DC, a message for DC. Queen of Cups, emotional self-care, emotional aftercare, very, very crucial for you right now. You're coming into a time of the heart space opening up, especially if you're working on any kind of spiritual gifts right now, or any kind of healing or manifesting, calling in. You're going to have a lot of really big feelings coming to the surface. And so you're creating room, you're making room. It's really, really important that you give yourself time to ride out the waves of emotion that you're going to be experiencing. Obviously, sometimes this stuff hits at an inconvenient time. If you're in the middle of the grocery store and you hear a song that opens up the floodgates, you can't just stand there, next to the tomatoes sobbing your heart out, but you can hold on to that. And later on, when you get home or you're by yourself, you can let that out of your system. Or something happens, a memory happens, something triggers us. Some time before that day ends, give yourself time to let those feelings out of your system, whether it's anger, rage, sadness, hopelessness, embarrassment, whatever it might be. Get that out of your system, let it out of your system, and then give yourself some aftercare. Maybe that's a bubble bath, maybe it's a nice hot shower, maybe it's some aromatherapy, maybe it's curling up with a blanket and taking a nap, having a hot cup of tea, a bowl of soup, listening to music, watching a movie that soothes us or inspires us or makes us feel better. You need to start filling up your cup. You need to start giving yourself aftercare. This is going to open you up to receive. I also feel like you feel like there's been some block in business, like business has slowed down, or you're not getting as many, clients or contracts or offers, and it's because the self-care is off. It's off balance. And once you get a good handle on that, then you're going to start receiving business. Then you're going to start receiving work or offers or contracts. But right now, you're too run down. You're too depleted. And your guides aren't going to give you, especially if you're doing spiritual work, your guides aren't going to give you anything more on top of what you're already dealing with. So once you have a handle on that, then more can come in, more can flow to you. I hope that makes sense. I hope that that's helpful. Okay, we answered Aries' question. We answered Jojo's question. We answered Kimberly's question. We answered Loretta's question. Nilda Gonzalez, just a general card. It's my goal and my hope that one of these days I'm going to get to every single question. We'll see if it happens tonight. I'm trying. Nilda, we have Four of Pentacles, my dear. So this is a time for you to protect your space, your resources, your assets. You're coming into a time of receiving, but there could be people who want to come and take it away. So you're going to have to really maybe be tight-lipped. Not everybody needs to know what you're up to. Not everybody needs to know what you have coming in. Protecting your space intuitively. I feel like somebody may be trying to move in with you, and you may have friends or family that are pressuring you to do it. Like, oh, come on, have a heart. But I feel like you've been doing a lot of healing, and I feel like having this person in your space is going to really, really undo the progress that you've made. It's kind of a toxic situation. Sure, we want to help people, right? But we can't help somebody if they're destroying us. And honestly, how does that work? You're going to have somebody come in and stay in your space, and then they're destroying you, and you get to the point where you can't function and you can't keep a roof over your head. Then you're both out on your butts. What good is that for anybody? So I feel like there's something here where you're being asked to kind of like rescue somebody or help them, but you can't. They're gonna pull you down. They're not gonna come out of their rut. They're going to pull you down, under the water, and you're going to have two people drowning, and that's not any good, right? So I feel the Four of Pentacles is coming in to say protect your space, protect your boundaries, and allow yourself to be in your self-preservation, be in your self-protection, and don't feel like you're being stingy or greedy or mean, because this is a matter of survival, and you have to care about your survival. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Are we caught up here? Okay, we got Nilda. Lama Abu Chanab. Hi, Amethyst. Can I know what's coming with my SP? I don't know what SP is, but we'll pull a card. You have Five of Pentacles. So this can be a time of difficult transitions. And so this is telling us like to kind of prepare for that, to brace for that. These are not times for really big financial gambles. These are not times for taking really big risks. Five of Pentacles is we might be going through some challenges or some difficulties, but you know, it's going to benefit us in the end. It's going to work out well in the end, but there's going to be a little bit of scarcity. There's going to be some challenges. Five of Pentacles can also be sometimes two people coming together through these challenges, loyal friends, loyal lovers who stick with us through hard times. But, you know, Five of Pentacles say that there could be economical challenges that we might be dealing with. So we need to prepare or budget accordingly. Okay, so we've got these answered. We answered Keeper of the Realms. We answered Airy. Medeo. Medeo Magic. Medeo. Oh, Made of Magic. I can't read apparently. Made of Magic. I'll take a card, any card. A message is a message. It sure is. Okay, so Made of Magic. Any card at all. We have Ten of Pentacles. So this is a time of stability, security, legacy, establishing legacy, establishing security, stability, financial flow, financial stability, and also like a sense of family. So like if you are working on a relationship, say you're trying to manifest a relationship or heal a relationship. Ten of Pentacles for me is not only a relationship with a significant other or life partner, but it's somebody with whom you have a sense of family. So, like their family takes you in. If you have family, your family may be very accepting of them, or you may be coming together and creating a sense of family within like a community or friends who are like family. But like coming together, celebrating special occasions, holidays, birthdays, a sense of togetherness, a sense of togetherness, a sense of happiness, a sense of stability, a sense of like no more feast or famine, financial extremes, very secure, very stable energy. Ten of Pentacles is also a card of manifestation. As above, so below. The things you're dreaming about, envisioning, are coming into physical fruition in the physical realm before your eyes. So this is good. This is a time of positive things coming in. Alrighty, my dear. We're gonna see who else. I think Scott was next. Thank you for your patience, those of you who aren't like yelling at me. I know it takes a while. Oh, Scott. Okay, there you are. I was like, I know Scott's been asking, what is Alex's intentions towards me? I hope you're still here, Scott. Page of Wands. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. I love the Page of Wands, but we have to be a little bit careful with the Page of Wands because the Page of Wands can be really enthusiastic and really just kind of up for anything. Page of Wands can sometimes be like that just say yes energy, but they may not be thinking about anything other than the experience, right? So maybe Alex might be new on their spiritual journey and they might just be saying, whatever the universe puts in my path, I'm going to go for it. But they might just be very open minded about where it's going or what's going to come out of it. They might not really have a plan right now. Page of Wands for me is just very um, uh, impulsive, very spontaneous, uh, act now, ask later kind of energy. And these kind of people can be a lot of fun to be around. They can be very inspiring. Oh crap. Okay. Something's I'm so sorry. I'll be right back. Something's up. Something's up. All right, sorry about that. Alrighty, let's get back in here. So Scott, I'm so sorry, honey. So these Page of Wands kind of people can be a lot of fun to be around. They can be very exciting, but like they can be very impulsive and they can pull us into situations where we're just acting and we're not thinking about it and then later on we have to deal with the consequences. So I would say have fun with Alex. I feel like Alex is in a very fun and exciting point in their journey, and it could be a lot of fun for you. But you also have to keep in mind this is like spiritual grasshopper, you know, like everything is new and exciting, and they're just kind of hopping around and not thinking. And that's something you're gonna have to keep in mind. They're just kind of really, everything is new. They're experiencing everything new, and they might not be thinking really about, like, they don't know what, like some people say, I don't know what I'm gonna have for dinner. How can I know what I want to do, next month or next year or 10 years from now? This is the kind of energy I feel around this person. They're still figuring it out. But I don't feel like this is a malicious person or someone who's trying to play games or someone who's like trying to give mixed signals or anything like that. Just something to be aware of, like where they are in their journey. I hope that's helpful, Scott. Okay, let's go up here. Okay, we got Llama, we got Nilda, we got Loretta, we got DC, we got Scott. Who's next? We got Made of Magic. We got Brian. What are you talking about divorce, Brian? Brian, I'm not trying to ignore what you're saying. I don't know if you're talking to me or if you're talking to somebody else. We got Loretta, we got Nilda, we got Aura. Faith Angel, New Jersey. Hi, are there any angelic messages for me? Okay. We have Seven of Pentacles. Your seeds are well planted. They're definitely going to be coming up here. So, unnecessary worry. Things are happening within divine timing. I feel Archangel Raphael and Archangel Uriel energy around you very strongly. Raphael is angel of healing, soulmates, true love. I feel very much connecting with you here in your heart chakra. You may be feeling his energy around you, especially like falling asleep at night or waking up in the morning. And I feel like you may be experiencing it in a very soothing way, almost like a grandmother kind of energy. So, this is definitely, I feel, the way that you're experiencing the angelic energy coming in from Raphael, opening up the heart, bringing in healing, bringing in love. Uriel helps to shine light upon situations and helps us to overcome obstacles quickly and effortlessly, but also helps us to be seen. And so I feel like you may feel like, how come like nobody's discovered this yet? So like if you're doing something in terms of a business, or in terms of like your spiritual gifts, or you're doing things and you haven't quite received recognition for them yet. It's coming. The recognition is coming. People are going to see. And I know that you're not doing it like to be seen. I know you're not doing it in an egotistical, narcissistic way. But of course, obviously, we're like, well, I want to have some kind of validation. I want to have some kind of positive feedback. It's coming. Okay, honey, it's coming. I hope that that's helpful. Let's see who else. Larissa! Hi, my darling. Oh, gosh. I can't. I'm so happy you're here, Larissa. Do you want me to pull a card for you, sweetie? If there are any other 90 Day Fiance fans out there like me, I'm sure you all remember Larissa. I've been reading for Larissa for a while now. Okay, I'm gonna wait and see if you have any questions for me, honey. I'm gonna go back up here and look at the questions that have come in yet already. Okay, so we got Faith, Angel, New Jersey. We got Aura. We got Brian. We got DC Lightworker. We got Farina. Current energy for constructive interference. Larissa, I'm expecting to hear good news from you soon, honey. I know it's coming. All right, so constructive interference, you have the Hanged Man coming in. So this can be a time in which you might feel like things are at a little bit of a lull. It's not a block, it's a little bit of a cosmic timeout. Not timeout in the sense of like, oh, you're being punished because you've been naughty, but rather this is a time for reflection and to ask yourself what you really want. What you really want out of a situation, what you really want out of your the things that you're trying to manifest right now. There could be some things that you're kind of doing on autopilot, and so this is a time to kind of get grounded and check in with ourselves and check with ourselves, what do I really want? What do I really want in the end? What is really the end game here for me? And there might be some changes of the way you're looking at a situation. But for me, the Hangman is like a time to reassess, to kind of go in within and reassess and ask ourselves ultimately, what do we want in the end? And are there certain things we're holding on to because we think it's going to give us something? Because our angels and guides might be trying to help us to see, look, this isn't going to give you what you think it's going to give you. In fact, it might be more frustrating, more upsetting to manifest something or to get something and then realize, oh, it didn't make me feel the way I thought it was going to make me feel. So this is some time for reassessing. This is some time to go within, to sit with yourself, and to just kind of really check in with really what you want. What is it that you've been trying to get? What do you think it's going to give you? And what might be some other ways that you can find yourself meeting certain needs rather than certain manifestations that we've been clinging on to or holding on to. So I feel like the Hangman just says this is a little bit of a temporary pause and a time for reassessing, getting connected with ourselves and reassessing the situation and reevaluating what we want and how we want to proceed, how we want to move forward. I don't know what Brian is talking about. Brian, I pulled a card for you. You got the Hermit. I don't know what you're talking about, my friend. Okay, so we got constructive interference. Oh, special person. Oh, I can't make everybody happy with answering everybody's question. Well, thank you for understanding, Brian. I try. Karina Haga. Aloha. Aloha to you, darling. Card for you. Okay, Karina, general card. And then we'll do Dylan in the UK. So, general card for Karina. In Hawaii, I presume. Ooh, you have the devil. Okay. So we're going to pull in some reinforcement here with the pendulum, some backup for me to clarify something. Oh, well, that's good news. Okay. Okay, so the devil is coming up for you not about karmic situation or karmic soulmate and not about a Capricorn. So, devil card can come up in situations when we're being really hard on ourselves because we're measuring our success from certain perceived like goalposts. So you might be feeling a little bit blocked right now. There might be things you're trying to manifest, and you're like, "Well, why isn't it happening?" And I deserve it, and I'm a good person, or I want to prove myself. I want to make my way. But sometimes we're trying to manifest things because we're trying to establish like a worth or an identity or a worthiness or that we're good at something. And the devil card here sometimes comes up in my readings to say that what we need to learn right now is that our worth, our value, our identity, we were born with that. Okay. The day we were born, we already had that. And it's not going to fluctuate. It's not going to change regardless of if you're homeless or if you live in a mansion, regardless of if you're unemployed or a janitor or work at the fast food restaurant, or if you are a CEO of $1 billion company or an astrophysicist. None of those things define us. None of those things establish our worth or our identity. And that's the thing you need to keep in mind right now. Okay? Everything else is just going to come in. Everything else is just icing on the cake. But stop looking for these things to define you or to validate you. As soon as you stop doing that, you're going to see that things flow in and come to you much more quickly, much more easily. Okay? And then I think Dylan also had a question. Or Dylan just wanted a card, a general card. We have the Nine of Cups. And so Nine of Cups is wishes coming true, okay? But you guys have heard me say this before. There's the flip side to the Nine of Cups, which is as we're happy, as things are going good for us, our wishes are coming true. We also have people in the equation that are looking at us like, look at this jerk over here. Like what makes you think you're so special? Or oh, look at you, like you're forgetting all the little people. Or you know what, you have it so much easier than me and my life sucks, and because you have good things happening for you, well, then you have to take me on as your special little project. You have to cheer me up. You have to carry me around on your back. You have to give me money. You have to do this. You have to do that. And so, Nine of Cups comes up in my readings to say your wishes are coming true, but you need to learn to be a little bit selfish right now. And you need to learn that you have the right to say no. And you will be generous, but only when you feel moved to do so, and only how much you feel moved to do so. So realizing that you have a right to keep what you've worked for, and that when you give it away on your terms, in your timing, whether it's money, whether it's attention, whether it's energy, whether it's your time to hang out and associate, whatever it might be. But you have wishes coming true. Don't let the people around you rain on your parade or make you feel guilty for receiving it. But definitely good things coming in here with this Nine of Cups. Larissa. Did Larissa ask me a question? Larissa, did you ask me a question? No, she didn't. I don't know if you're still here, honey, but if you are, I'm going to pull a card for you. King of Swords, contracts, agreements, lawyers. We talked about it. We talked about it. Okay, go back and listen to your last reading. This contract is coming in. Very, very important, honey, that you have a lawyer go over this contract with you, line by line, word for word, detail for detail. I know you speak English. I know you read English. I know you're fluent in English, but in this kind of thing, it's good to have somebody go over it with us in the language we went to school in, which, if I'm not mistaken, I think for you is Portuguese. If I'm wrong, please forgive my ignorance here. But you know, you're gonna want somebody to go over it with you in your language,